The first thing is just be open.
Be open.
I know we got a lot of people out there, peace, out there watching in this journey. And I know the messages that are going to be coming through for you are universal.
By messages, she means I'm going to talk to demons, and the demons are going to tell me stuff about you, and that's the message I'm going to give you. Because that's what people like her are doing. Mediums, psychics, witches, all of them are talking to demons, getting information from demons. I've done deliverance on people that were witches, people that were in the New Age, people that were doing Reiki healers. We've cast demons out of them, and now they're Christian, and they talk about how they talk to demons, and I have a bunch of interviews like that on my channel.
Right.
Oh, so all the New Agers, they admitted, you know, after they became a Christian, after they stopped doing other stuff, then they admitted that they were just talking to demons the whole time. So that's fun, right? My goodness. All right, so this is Isaiah Salvador. He's a demon guy. He's all into demons. It's Monday, so it's DEMONday. That's right. So yeah, we're gonna cover this. It's this dude I Show Speed or something. Apparently he's really popular. I didn't realize just how popular he is. Extremely popular. But yeah, he's kind of a big deal. And so he's talking to a witch. And so you got Isaiah here to kind of, you know, decode the situation for us. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Let's check it out. I am Brentley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. All right. So yeah, like I said, Isaiah Salvador, demon guy, talking about this Speed, whatever the hell. This guy does speed or something. Or I mean, or he is speed. I don't really understand it. But it sounded like it's something to do with speed. Maybe not that kind. I don't know. But dear, let's start it back over.
Send me this video if you don't know who I am. I cast out demons.
I'm a demon guy. I cast out demons. It's sort of my old thing. All right. I just, you know, I did a documentary with a bunch of other demon people. All right, here we go.
All right, today we're going to react to I Show Speed going to
I Show Speed. That's his name. Yeah.
to a witch's house. You guys keep sending me this video if you don't know who I am. I cast out demons. I teach Christians how to cast out demons. Jesus cast out demons everywhere he went. So you can call me deliverance minister, exorcist, pastor, preacher, whatever. We're reacting to this, okay? So here it is. This is the largest
and we're reacting to his reacting.
Streamer right now.
Period. We are reacting, you know.
Period. This guy's pulling, you know, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000 live viewers. He has millions and millions of subscribers. So he is making, how do I say this? A huge impact on the youth, good or bad. So that's why I want to react to this. I've talked about him before, where he manifests on his streams. He starts barking, acting like an animal. I think he needs deliverance. I think he needs help, but let's react to this.
He manifests demons on his streams, I guess, because he started barking. Is that what he said? That's a thing that demons do. They're like, demons like, oh man, I just gotta bark. You know, that's what happens when the demons get inside their brain. You know, the demon's like, what do I do now? Now that I'm in full control of them, what do I do? I could bark. I don't know. That could be funny, I guess. I don't know if that would
clip, and we'll talk about this and kind of warn you guys about some of the dangers of this stuff.
I am a Reiki master, end of life doula, intuitive.
A Reiki master.
We're gonna get your chakras,
aka a modern day witch. Reiki is witchcraft. The Bible says it's detestable. And so is the rest of what we're talking about.
So this is a special.
Jeez Louise, I don't know why this is going so slow. Let me back out real quick. This feels very slow all of a sudden.
All right, today we're going to react to I Show Speed going to a witch's house. You guys keep sending me this video. How do I say this? A huge impact on the youth, good or bad. So that's why I want to react to this. I've talked about him before where he manifests on his streams. He starts barking, acting like an animal. I think he needs deliverance. I think he needs help. But let's react to this clip and we'll talk about this and kind of warn you guys about some of the dangers of this stuff.
I am a Reiki master and of life doula, intuitive, and we're going to get your chakras.
What did she say? A life doula? Hold on, what? I don't even know what the hell she just said.
About this and kind of warn you guys about some of the dangers of this stuff.
I am a Reiki master and of life doula, intuitive.
Life doula?
And we're going to get your chakras.
AKA a modern day witch. Reiki is witchcraft. The Bible says it's detestable. And so is the other stuff you're talking about.
So this is a special reading that I do where all you need to do, well, the first thing is just be open. I know we got a lot of people out there watching in this.
Yeah, this whole thing is like going really slow. I think I might need to reset. Hold on. All right, let me here's what I'm gonna do. We'll be right back. I'm gonna put up my thing. Yeah, this shit's I might have to reset real quick. All right, I'll be right
journey, and I know the messages that are going to be coming through.
I didn't even hit anything, and it's like, fuck. All right, let me be right back. All right, let's give this a shot again. Wonder what the hell's going on. What's up, y'all? All right, let's try this again. Hopefully that, fixes it. But who knows? I think I might have like some updates like going on or something in the background. Every so often, it'll do this. It'll just slow down, do to frickin' updates. But anyway, hopefully they finish. But all right, here we go.
I know we got a lot of people out there watching in this journey, and I know the messages that are going to be coming through for you are universal.
By messages, she means I'm going to talk to demons, and the demons are going to tell me stuff about you, and that's the message I'm going to give you. Because that's what people like her are doing. Mediums, psychics, witches, all of them are talking to demons, getting information from demons. I've done deliverance on people that were witches.
I love how he talks about it like it's just so normal. They're just talking to demons, they're calling them up on the phone. They're like, hey man, what do you want me to tell everybody? And they're like, look, broski, tell everybody to start barking like dogs, because that's what we like to do once we get inside your brain and stuff,
People that were in the New Age, people that were doing Reiki healers. We've cast demons out of them, and now they're Christian, and they talk about how they talk to demons, and I have a bunch of interviews like that on my channel.
Right? How do we stay calm? You're doing something really special and different.
He does look like he's doing something different. I would, I guess, describe it as 1920s gangster. Is that like kind of what we're doing? Doing like the baby face, got the fedora. God, there's only certain people that not only can pull off the fedora, but then do also. Because there's people that can pull it off that still shouldn't, because it's fucking weird,
Yes. Hasn't been done before.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You have a beautiful platform.
Yes.
You have a lot of people looking at you.
Spot on.
Absolutely. I'm going to admit that I did not know who you were.
It's okay.
Yeah, it is even better, but I love.
That's okay. That's okay. I will forgive you for the not knowing, but you need to check yourself about that. You need to start knowing stuff a little bit better. Okay.
From the little bit that I saw, because I try not to look too much, I love how you spread joy.
Thank you.
And that is something that's very, very important.
Yes.
She's into him spreading joy. No, that's not, that is absolutely what the demons do. They spread the joy. Christians now, they spread hate and fascism, right? Seems to be those two kind of go hand in hand lately, it seems.
Yes.
Wars, the politics, bigger you will. And I want you to get comfortable here.
He's obviously not comfortable, which he shouldn't be. When you're going into the house of a witch, you should not be comfortable.
We're at the beautiful home.
I mean,
of
the
my dear
couch
friend,
looks lumpy.
Amanda,
I feel it's a lumpy couch. There's something weird. I guess maybe it's the animal carcasses in the bed. I guess lumpy. Oh, it's what town? Maine. Do wolves have? All on top of the couch here. So what the hell's underneath of it, right? And then what? He's not even wearing shoes. What the hell's going on here? He's got no shoes on. It's like, put on your shoes, man. Maybe that's why you're not uncomfortable, or that's why you're uncomfortable. It's because you're not even wearing shoes.
Another amazing healer.
Mm-hmm.
She was wonderful enough to let us use her space here so we can get this done quickly.
So
I want to be
serious.
clear, all these little crystals and demonic items she's using, they seem innocent. They're not. The devil comes masking as an angel of light. This is how
Everybody, angel of light, dude. They just say that like at least 7 times per video. Doesn't even have to be a live stream, just per video.
enters into people. All this is an open door. When you start getting involved in crystals and readings and all
I have
that,
a few
open door for
things
demons.
special. I work with crystals, and I work with a particular type of crystal, which is this one called the Andara. A few regions of the world. These here are particularly from California, but I have also some from the motherland, from the Congo. And with these crystals, they do a lot of work and say yes.
Yeah.
And as we work to create this,
notice what she said. That's what the devil wants. He wants you to be open, so you can open yourself up to these spirits entering into you, because these demons want to live on the inside of people.
They want to live on the inside of people, which, you know, that's no fun.
So by opening
God,
yourself up, you're opening yourself up to demonic spirits.
Experience, they will do the work that needs to be done on you. You just have to say yes.
All right.
Because,
Oh yeah, the demons will do the work that needs to be done on you. They'll do depression, anxiety, suicide, all that.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Have you ever had a reading before?
Yes. No, I haven't.
So they really gave you a surprise today, right?
Yeah, like I'm kind of scared.
He's feeling, I'm telling you right now, this is what he's feeling.
I am terrified right now. First of all, it's this weird wolfman thing going on in the couch that you got here. I'm not even wearing shoes, and this is scary.
I think his family was Christian. He grew up in the church, but he's feeling the demons probably in the room. He's feeling the demonic spirits, and the demons in him, the spirits in him, are probably getting nervous and reacting to what's going on. But 1000%, he's starting to get scared because he feels the demonic in the room, he feels the atmosphere, he feels the demonic spirits in the room. And that's why he's like, I'm starting to get scared. Well, she hasn't done anything scary yet. She's about to, but he already feels it.
She hasn't done anything scary yet. She's about to be super scary. She's going to come, you know, she's going to like snap her fingers, and then her eyes are going to be like totally white, and she's going to have like a melty face, like a, you know, like a pop scare from a modern horror movie.
That looks scary.
No, it's just like
scary?
So that's the first. That's the first.
Wait. I don't.
Hold on.
I wasn't completely honest. I wasn't completely.
I answered too fast. That was.
You don't look scary.
Yes,
but
you can't.
Nah, you kind of do.
You gotta. It's, you know, it's too big. It's too big. I don't. You know, it's kind of freaking me out. Heads aren't supposed to be that big. You know, it's
But not in a mean way.
Now, the whole chat, if you see up on the top right, there's 43 million subscribers. I don't know how many people are live, probably 200,000-300,000. They're all saying, run, 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 get out of there. It's evil. It's evil. So the chat's all telling them, get out of there, bro. You are opening the door. And anybody watching this, why I'm making this video, if you're dabbling in this, I'm telling you right now, you're opening up the door to demonic spirits. And once you get a demon in, it's not as easy as you think to get it out. So do not play with this stuff. If you're involved in Ouija boards, any of that, you're opening yourself up to demons.
Involved with Ouija boards. What the hell does that mean? How do you get involved with Ouija? You mean you played with the toy, a Ouija board? It's called a spirit board. Ouija is a brand, you know, that's kind of like saying like a Xerox, you know what I mean? Like if you Xerox some Xerox machine, it's a copy machine. Xerox is a brand. Ouija is a brand. Spirit board, that's what it's called. Just for your information there.
If you get anything get that from the video.
It's just
Is it intimidating?
a little bit.
Oh, it's okay.
Now you know, like your face doesn't look scary. It's just like
Demons,
it's not.
bro.
I wouldn't say scary. I'm kind of
Demons, bro. It's the demons, you know. It's like, you know, your face doesn't look scary. It's the demons, bro. Like fire.
wearing this one.
That's okay.
I'm kind of wearing this one.
As they come.
He's tripping right now, guys. He is feeling the demonic in the room. And
Any offense.
everyone's like, run, bro. It's demonic. Dude, he's tripping. He's
Now-
feeling the demons.
He's feeling them on his bare feet there. They're slimy. And he's like, this is awkward. Why are there slimy things all over my feet? I just could not. Look, and I know some people do that thing where they're like, you got to take off your shoes before you come in the house. And I say, okay, well then I got to go. I'm going to hang out with people that don't make me terrorize everybody with my insane looking feet, where I have to have a conversation about, you know, how I was, you know, one of my toes was chopped off as a child because there's a huge gap in between my thumb toe and the rest of my toe. It's like this big. It's massive. And everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck? What happened to your feet? And then I have to have a whole conversation about, yeah, I had to have it surgically removed when I was a kid. None of that's true, but they don't know the difference. And I feel like I have to tell them something. It's like, what? Well, yeah, I'm just a freak. That's all. Yeah, I got freak feet, that's that. So I feel like the surgically removed thing just kind of like lightens the tension a little bit.
I understand
He's honestly probably about to start manifesting.
why they're having to do this.
It's gonna start manifesting.
And from what
Whoa.
the little bit I saw today, I thought it's a good time to do it, right?
Wait, she said, I understand why they're having you do this. Who's them?
The demons, man. I don't know. No, I think she wasn't like talking about like his producers or something, because he just said he didn't know what she was going to be doing. He didn't know what was in store for him. So clearly there's somebody that is setting stuff up for him to experience or interact with or whatever that he is not privy to, because he didn't know what this was all about until they just said that. So like they would be whoever the people are that are like setting this stuff up, not the fucking demons.
You guys catch that? She said, I understand why they're having you do this.
So,
the demons?
a little
Listen.
bit why
Listen.
they're having you do this. And from what the little bit I saw today,
They're having you do this.
I thought it's a good time to do it, right? So what you're gonna do, the only thing you have to do is pick a crystal, because each crystal here is related to a chakra. Do you know what the chakras are?
Yeah, like Naruto.
Hmm?
Like your chakra, like Naruto.
The chakra.
New
So
age,
chakra
demonic.
is Sanskrit.
What is Naruto? What is that? He's like, yeah, the chakra's like Naruto. What is that? Is that like one of the chakras or something? Or is that like because don't they also have like, there's also meridians. I don't know what the difference is, or if they're both the same thing, but from two different religious perspectives or something. But yeah, the chakras, are the magical energy centers or whatever, or like energy. They're magical energy spots on your body that, I always have to hear about constantly because I like meditating. And so they're constantly like, and this will open up your butthole chakra. And I'm like, what? What happened? What? I don't want to, I'm sorry, root chakra, but it's a butthole chakra. Come on. That's what it is. They just don't call it that like they should. I feel like it would just save everybody a lot of confusion if we would just call it the butthole chakra, because that's it's very explanatory as far as where it is and stuff. And anyway,
Word for wheel. So we have these energetic wheels throughout our body. We have ones that walk with us, from above, that connects us to the cosmos. And then we also have ones below us that connect us to the earth. And then we've
done videos on chakras and how demonic they are, and they are a perversion of our body being a temple of the Holy Spirit. It's all demonic.
This is what connects us
oh, Naruto is a ninja cartoon, and maybe it has characters in it. Thanks, Ember. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That he's like referring to an anime or something like that. He's like, no, yeah, I know that, like the cartoon, right? She's like, what? Yeah, the cartoon.
the divinity.
Everybody in the chat saying,
We have
run,
the
run,
third eye.
run.
It's the truth.
Run.
How we see. All right.
The cigar is too big. That is a too big of a cigar. You need to just, what do you do? It's like the size of his head. It's like Cheech and Chong over here, except not full of like fun stuff. It's full of the nasty stuff,
We have a third eye open. We're seeing the truth of the situations. When you
He's tripping
hear they say it is what it is,
He's
that's
tripping out.
some third eye.
He is just freaking
not
out.
what we
Yeah.
want it to be,
Mhm.
not what we're conditioned, right? Then we have the throat. It's our expression. How do you express yourself?
What?
And
We have the throat, and that's our expression. How do you express yourself? Do you do it with your throat, or no? What do you?
the best we can do on this evolution of life is be the most authentic.
Wait, where's my?
I agree with that. Yeah, I actually agree with that. He's like, I left my lighter. I can't. Oh my god, how am I gonna? Oh, so I just got to carry this giant, ridiculously sized cigar around. I can't even light. Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
God damn it. Wait, I need this thing for my stream. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay?
All right, so he's pretending that he forgot something and he has to go. Which smart move. He listened to the chat. Yes, run. What he's doing?
Oh, this was a I'm getting a call kind of thing. Oh, shoot. I'm getting a call. Just like picks up his phone and it's like backwards, you know, with the screen facing out. And he's like, hello? Yes. No, I know. I do. And he like responds way too fast. You know, hey, how you doing? Good. I'm so glad that you're doing good. Hey, I was wondering, do you need me to work on that project? I do need to work on that project. Okay, good. Then I'm going to, you know.
I never thought I'd say this. Listen, I should speed in this moment. I never thought I'd say that. What he's doing here is what all of you should be doing. Run from witchcraft. Run from this demonic stuff. It's all demonic. It's detestable. Look at he runs. Watch.
God damn,
demonic. It's detestable.
Pretend he forgot something.
I just forgot my.
Like,
He just runs. I would love it if he just ran.
Yo, Henry.
I honestly think he probably started to manifest and feel like a demon getting mad or like wanting to come up in him, and he probably got freaked out by it.
God, I would have loved it if the door like cracked open, you know, and the camera just shows it, and it's like, you know how like something kind of goes in front of the camera for a second, and then like as soon as it passes, you just see him like full sprint, just like run. It'd be so good. Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
I genuinely think that's what happened.
It's too bad.
I think the demons in him started getting stirred up.
That'd have been a
and
good
he started feeling it. His heart's racing. He's sick to his stomach. He's
speaking of hearts that are racing. How y'all doing in the chat? Y'all feeling okay? Doing all right? Are y'all's hearts racing? And you know, I have that effect on people, mainly because this shirt is really tight, and I get it. You know, I have that effect. It's this. It's also when I do my Seth Andrews voice here, it just really, you know, it just makes everybody real moist. You know what I mean? Anyway, what's going on? All right, who won today? Let me see. Ember won. All caps win. She's like, I win. And she said, also, I got 5 ads in today, so that's your score to beat. Yeah, bug. Geez, thank you so much, Ember, for doing that. She advertised for my show, for my thing on adamandeve.com. So that's super cool. But I will try to at least match your 5 there and raise you a couple or something. I don't know. Let's see. And Fortune Thought. How you doing, Fortune Thought? Said mock. No, I said just mock. Yeah, that's not really even a full thought you got going on there. But wait, well, hold on. There's a second. Yeah. No, that didn't help anything. That, you know, that did not solidify the thought that I thought maybe you were thinking when you. Wait, here's another one. Oh, got it. We're gonna solve this bird. Yeah, none of this is working, man. Like you're not. I don't think you're actually saying any coherent words at this point. I think you're just. Does a kid have access to your computer or something? Do you start just typing words that he know? And then who else we got? We got Pandora's Pinata. How we doing? What's up, Pandora? Doing all right? Just waving. And he said, demons are known for being delightful conversationalists after all. Yeah, I've heard that. You know, they just, they're bored. Really, they're bored. They have, they have all this time, nobody to talk to. And, you know, they're stuck having to deal with other demons all the time, which I can imagine are just basically like hanging out with Elon Musk all the time. What a nightmare, you know? Mary, how we doing, Mary? What's going on? Said videos are beyond hilarious. Some of them are, yeah. You know, it depends on the video, but just like no, all videos beyond hilarious. You don't even know. It's amazing. Every video, she just dies laughing. Just like falls over, just laughing her ass up. Like what? It's not even. This is just a cooking show. They're just teaching you how to do a recipe. What are you? Okay, she likes it. She thinks it's funny. I don't know. Whatever. Mighty Filbert, how you doing, dude? What's going on? Hey everybody. What's up? And Hellbound Hillbilly. What's going on, dude? Doing all right? Emerged witches. Dude, did you see there was like this oh man, I can't remember if I mentioned this the other day, but it was really funny. Guar did a, they always do their like live show, right? And they always, no matter what, they constantly just do like effigies and stuff, right? And they always do presidents, right? And of course they did Trump, and they like hung this effigy. I mean, it's Guar, so they don't just hang them; they cut them up, and have like fake blood going everywhere and everything. It's pretty brutal. But all these MAGA people, I guess, like found the video on TikTok and lost it over it. They're like, oh, this is so violent. This is the radical left we're talking about. Look, they're chopping his whole stomach off. He's insane, and of course, everybody had to point out that like they've done this to every single president for the past 20 years or as long as they've been together. But I think I have to, like, you know what? After this, I'm going to see if I can go find the video because it's pretty insane, pretty great. But yeah, they do everybody. But of course, the snowflake MAGA weirdos got to like cry about everything. Like, that is my cult leader you're cutting up there, okay? Cutting his belly off, this squirting blood and stuff. Mighty Philbert, what's going on, dude? So yeah, get your shit working. I'm trying. I don't even know if I actually got it working at all, to be honest. I'm trying though. And it's just, I think maybe there was an update or something. Spooky. How we doing? What's going on, dude? Is Brentley knocking one out? Using Adam is knocking one out. Is that like a phrase to people? Rub one out. I've heard that one. Never knocking one out. That sounds more like what am I, just like fighting it? Like, yeah. Oh, that's so good. Like I'm just like beating the shit. I mean, I guess they do say beating off. You know what, Adam? The euphemisms it don't really make any sense anyway. So I don't know why I'm harping at this. But all right, here we go. And Damien, what's up, Damien? Let me just say hey to Damien real quick. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I need to write some satanic songs. Yes, you do. You need to get on that. And I'm going to come back to check on you too. So they better be super satanic. Okay. Serious. Sympathy for the Devil. There's one. I think that's like an example of a satanic song, right? Is that what we're doing? I don't know what we're doing. All right, let me go back down to the bottom, make sure that we're all good. Oh, Lyric's here. What's up, Lyric? I caught her in the middle of I have arrived, because that's what Lyric does. We always have fun with each other about that. Anyway, what's up, Lyric? How you doing? All right, here we go.
Nauseous. That's what witchcraft does to you. It makes you, you head spin, dizzy, and that's what he's feeling. He runs. Yeah.
Henry, come here. Come here, Henry.
What is with this? And then he just leaves.
I think I forgot my shit. It's at the. Hold on. What you forget? Where my shit at?
Bro, what'd you forget? He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He didn't forget anything.
He lost his shit, man. He lost his shit. That's why he's leaving. And how are you leaving in the word shit in your live stream, dude? You don't you don't go through and edit this stuff out first and then show your audience this? They can't be hearing words like shit.
He's just trying to get out of there.
What you look for?
Honestly, seems like he's under some kind of spell or just confused.
Yeah, no, it's the spell thing. It's got to be, it's like, or just confused, that could be, I guess, Wow.
Audio cuts out for a second. I guess the audio just goes out.
Oh, I thought that was mine.
Chat, I have a urgent thing to do. Urgent thing to do. I completely forgot. I had to say later, I'll be right back.
Tripping.
Well, we have to get back to this later. I got something else to do. You know the LG. Hold on. You know the LJ thing. The LJ thing. That
We gotta go. We gotta.
I had something very, very interesting.
So-
I told her I'll be right back.
You totally panicked. That is so. Wow, man. Really? Really? You're going to do that to that lady? You're going to do an I'll be right back and then just bolt? What, do you want a blind date? What the hell are you doing?
Yo, wait.
So he runs. He makes up that he has to go do something, which was a good move on his part. But guys, this is not a game. This is the largest streamer, live streamer there is right now. Period. Nobody's bigger than I Show Speed. And
Wow.
Casually
He's
going-
the largest streamer out there, period. I did not know that. I knew he was like really popular, but I thought that, I don't know. I thought like Aspen Gold or whatever was like the most popular.
the House of a Witch to get a reading. What she was about to do, she didn't get to, was basically start communicating with the demon that's familiar with him, that was going to start telling her stuff about him. And then she's going to say, I see this happen to you. And she's talking to the demon. She's literally sitting with the demon, and the demon's going to give her information. It's all divination. It's all witchcraft. We talk about this over and over again because this is being pushed on our culture and on the young people. And I'm telling you right now, do not get involved in this. Do not participate in this. Crystals, Ouija boards, seances, new age, it's all demonic. It'll open you up to demons. I deal with people constantly that have demons because of this stuff. So good on him to run.
It just have demons. It makes it sound like it's like the chicken pox, you know? It's like, don't get near a Ouija board. You will get demons just all in there, man. They just get stuck in your head, and then you can't, you know, you're dizzy and stuff, some shit.
Keep praying for I Show Speed. I'm praying he gets saved. I'm praying he goes through deliverance. If he ever watches this and wants to get deliverance, hit me up, because he definitely needs deliverance. On his videos, he manifests. He literally will say like, oh, I don't know what's happening to me. I can't control it. And demons will start screaming out of him and laughing out of him and barking out of him. So if you're sure needs deliverance, keep him in your prayers.
And he's got it all figured out. He's like, I can't control it. Bark, 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 bark. And it starts laughing. It's got to be demons. Look at that guy going crazy. I mean, as far as I understand, like one of the things that led to that guy getting so popular was sort of his meltdowns. Like he would have like angry meltdowns, I guess, and because you know, he would like play video games or whatever, and he would like freak out and be like screaming and yelling, and then a couple times I guess he like hit the camera, you know, and so of course he went viral for that sort of thing. Yeah, so I don't know if that's what he's referring to, but I think that's just kind of, you know, it's just him being angry. That's it, you know, just emotional outbursts. That's all.
I wanted to react to that because you guys keep sending it to me. And yes, it's dangerous. Yes, run from that. Don't get involved. Love and appreciate you guys. We're live Mondays at 6 o'clock and Thursdays at 6 o'clock. Also, our live tab has hundreds of hours of Bible teaching and podcasts. So go to the live tab on my YouTube channel. That's where all the long form Bible preaching and teaching content is. Pray about becoming a monthly partner. You'll get a copy of my book somewhere in here, How to Cast Out Demons.
Oh,
I also have a
God.
book about casting out demons if you want to check that out.
I would love to see his book, How to Cast Out Demons, the easy way or whatever. That is too funny. Jesus Christ. Yeah, dude, he is so silly. I don't know. But he's got a massive following. It's crazy. Okay, well, speaking of the Bad Bunny incident, right? That hasn't occurred yet. But people are talking about it. They're saying it's gonna happen. So there's this person, Bad Bunny, that is a musical artist of sorts, right? And they've been, I guess, like promoted to
With some news. The news.
like they're going to be like doing the Super Bowl halftime or whatever, right? So you know, it's kind of a big deal, and I guess he's Puerto Rican, right? And so there was like this whole thing where like, I don't know who said it. I think it was like ICE's like official Twitter. Do they have an official Twitter? I don't know. They were like saying, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl and deport you. This Bad Bunny fellow who's Puerto Rican in American territory that you do not need to have a passport to go to because it's America. It's still America. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God, they're insane.
Is that for the 2026 Super Bowl that's coming up right around the corner, Bad Bunny is going to be the headliner for this event. Now, some of you like me are like, who the heck is this guy? I've never heard of this. I mean, I've heard of this guy. I've never listened to any of his music. But you start to see why people are concerned when you discover what this guy's music is about and some of the things that he's been promoting and some of the
Oh
things
my
that
God, he's wearing a dress. He's wearing a dress. That's it. That's it. That's what, right there. Side tackle by ICE, because you can't, how dare I mean, you're a criminal, basically, when you do that. When you wear that kind of apparel, that is criminal. Jesus.
It's making people ask the question, what's the purpose behind this? Is there a purpose? Was there an agenda behind this decision being made just after Charlie Kirk was assassinated? And there seems to be this massive revival across the country. Now, all of a sudden, you have a guy who cross-dresses, kisses males, and is going to do a song and do his set completely in a language that most Americans don't speak, which is Spanish. So let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments, but I'm going to dive into the story and show why people are concerned. I think there's some legit reason.
No, it's not a legit reason. They're bigots. They're concerned because bigotry. And you just kind of sort of like named all of the bigotries. You just got to not even speak in a language that we speak here in America. Well, that most people speak it, because even he, I think, recognizes that actually there are like entire places like Puerto Rico where they speak Spanish, but Jesus Christ,
for people to be concerned. And then I'm going to share some scripture at the end to help you decide what you should do with this situation, because everybody's saying to boycott it, and here's why. People are saying to boycott it for this reason. This person, the redhead libertarian, wrote this: Bad Bunny is a demonic Marxist who was granted, I think that's what they meant to say, was granted the largest stage with the greatest audience in the middle of a Christian.
Great article you got there. They couldn't even, write it properly or whatever. Like, and you're gonna believe everything this. And they said the red-headed libertarian. What the fuck is that? Has anybody ever heard of that? I don't know. I don't even know what he's talking about. But apparently, it's some kind of like right-wing conspiracy news site, blog. I don't know.
Revival, which is true. We're in the middle of some wild stuff that God's doing in the earth and in the country. This is by
David. So, dude, so today, you're supposed to say I was today years old or whatever. Is that how you say it? I was today's years old. Anyway, when I learned that there was a person named Bad Bunny, it was a couple days ago for me. so I got there first. Ha! Yeah. So,
I designed.
I'm ahead of the curve, right? By like 2 days.
This is what they're alleging. We are in a spiritual war, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. So let's see a clip here, kind of showing what Bad Bunny is about.
Fans are reporting that they felt a demonic presence when attending Bad Bunny's recent concert. Fans even
Bad Bunny? Is it Bad Bunny? Why are you pronouncing it that way? You're gonna catch a demon if you say it right? Like, what is this?
started to make it into a meme by taking videos saying that the concert just feels demonic. But it became extremely dark when this song Botanico came on, where there were masked demons dancing all over him and the concert turned all red. Even the music video to this song is extremely dark. It's this monster looking thing that creeps.
Nosferatu? It's Nosferatu. Do y'all not know? Wasn't that movie like huge and recent? Like, what? It's like some monster creature thing. It's a demon, probably. It's Nosferatu, dude. He's a vampire. All right.
Creeps up into this woman's room, and it actually ends up becoming Bad Bunny himself. Those who attended this concert are even
okay. That was weird. That was weird. Look, like, what is he? A freaking banker in Harry Potter? That's he definitely looks like a banker. Like, which was kind of offensive, honestly, when you take a look at the stereotype for Jewish people and that they work in a bank. Anyway, but that's exactly who he looked like.
advising people, if you're going to go see Bad Bunny's concert, then schedule your
You said it again.
breaks whenever this
Bad
song
Bunny.
comes on. And at one point, those demons that were around him, you can't really see because the concert gets really dark, but they start grabbing and pulling on him like he's being sacrificed or something. If you've seen my old videos, you know that this is...
How do you think sacrifices work, man? Like, you think it's just people pulling on somebody? That's it? That's a sacrifice, you know? I don't think that's a very scary sacrifice if that's what you think that is.
No surprise, because he's been showing this symbolism for quite some time now, and it was only a matter of time until this started happening in real life in concerts. You're looking at the man who had the second most streams in the world on Spotify in 2023.
What?
Second,
Really? The second most streams, like somebody, like the second most plays, I guess, like clicks on Spotify. Jesus Christ.
most streams on
Second,
Spotify. Look at
never
that.
even heard of them.
16.37 billion
Makes me feel old.
streams. And then you just look at some of this imagery of like the cross-dressing, the transgender stuff. Well, I'm going to talk about this more.
Those are two different. Good God. Okay. You know, I feel like this dude doesn't even know. He clearly does think this is the same thing. Cross-dressing is just what transgender people do, right? I don't even know if that's what do you mean? I'm very confused. What do you? Yeah, you are confused, man, because those are two different things. Jesus Christ.
In a separate thing about Netflix and how Netflix is clearly just pushing this agenda on us like crazy. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is designed? Do you think that the powers that be, elite,
Wait, Netflix is pushing an agenda on us? Is that okay? Sure, why not?
people who run the NFL, people who run that mainstream media, are they doing this on purpose? I'll tell you what I think, just flat out. Whether it was people who consciously made this decision or they unconsciously made this decision, they're just like, oh, this is cool. This will fit really well. The kids will love this. The parents will love this. It's funny, you know, the phrase "go woke, go broke." You better believe the Super Bowl is facing. The NFL's facing some serious backlash because of this. And I'm going to share with you what's kind of interesting.
They face backlash every single time they put somebody on that halftime stage that isn't a white, straight, cisgendered male. Like, I'm sorry, I guess not the male part. You know, they'll have white, straight, cisgendered women, and it's not a big deal. But like, all you got to do is change the race, and everybody freaks out. You know, they're all just like, "Oh my God, it's too black," you know, whatever. And they got Samuel L. Jackson coming out as Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is white. God damn it. Okay, you know, like it's embarrassing how fucking racist this country is.
About what might be happening instead of the Super Bowl halftime show, as people who are seeing this are resisting and they're saying, no, we don't want to be a part of this. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'm going to share with you
God, they melt down over everything. They're such fucking babies. God damn, dude.
a little bit more about this. But first, if you're somebody who is sick and tired of all this.
And the crazy thing, he hasn't even mentioned the egregious authoritarian fucking threat to have this musician deported to, you know, the other place in America, you know, which is the country that, but you know, that was like something they put, but that's what I almost feel like it shows they don't actually give a shit about like what, like anything being correct or anything. Because you almost wonder, they're like, oh yeah, they're part, like if the ICE would just deport them to El Salvador or the alligator Alcatraz or whatever, and just be like, yeah, well, we decided all of a sudden that Puerto Rico doesn't count anymore. Yeah, we'll just now. That's what it is. You know, it's immigration stuff. We just change the rules like that. You know, we just snap our fingers. All the rules are different. That way we can just side tackle anybody that's trying to do the right thing. Because that's the fucking world we live in now.
Junk, all of this crazy woke agenda being, you know, shoved in our face at every corner. You and I, we partner with this simply by the way that we shop. Did you know that simply by buying from big box companies that are promoting all of this woke nonsense, such as Costco, Walmart, Target, etc., we're actually participating in this mess in the culture. But if you want to join me in taking back culture from the devil, you can do so simply by switching where you shop for the stuff that you're going to be buying every month, anyway. I'm talking about supplements. I'm talking about personal hygiene stuff. I'm talking about snacks. I show this a lot. But I'm
talking about snacks. I just didn't felt like it go. Yeah, it's his MLM, dude. He's pushing this MLM hard, dude. I think he might have gotten in deep, dude. He got in really deep. Now his grandma's house is just full of Amway products, you know, and he's got to move this stuff, right? He's got to move it because he's got a requirement to buy so much every single month, and then he's expected to sell that, right? And if he doesn't sell it, well, then it's just going to keep piling up at his aunt's house or his grandma or whatever.
I'm telling you, this stuff absolutely fire. Protein bars, beef sticks, supplements, like I said, everything. Protein powder. I mean, if you want to get some big muscles, you should get the protein powder from Switch with Cap. So Switch with
Do you want to get some big muscles? Get protein powder.
Cap is a project. Me,
like maybe, or you know, like work out, eat right, and all that. It's just a weird thing to say. You want big muscles? Get some protein powder.
My family and my team developed, partnering with a made in America manufacturer of consumer goods and non-toxic, highly great quality, and promoting conservative common sense values.
Just everything's non-toxic. All of the household, whatever. And like he was just saying that he's talking about like they got like cleaning products and stuff, but yet he's just like all of it's non-toxic, just every bit of it.
He's back in this country, and I would encourage you, if you're someone who shops this country, go to switchwithcap.com, click this button to book a call with our team just to learn.
Oh, there's a jump ahead.
That you can start. If you hate it, get all of your money back, cancel anytime.
Oh my God.
You will love it. And our team will also love to pray for you on that call. So Switch with Cap, link down below in the description, in the comments, QR code on the screen. But let's keep going with this. So here's Bad Bunny at Saturday Night Live, basically telling America, hey, you're going to need to learn Spanish. You want to learn.
What's up, Theo? How you doing, man? Doing all right? Hell yeah.
You want to see this, the halftime show. You need to learn Spanish in order to appreciate the music. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Logro de todo, demostrando que nuestra huella y nuestra aportación en este país nadie nunca la podrá sacar ni borrar.
Cool.
And if you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn. Logro de todo.
Am I against learning Spanish?
Is that a question you have to ask? Hold on now. Am I against learning Spanish? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I hate all the people that, what the hell are you doing, dude? What a weird thing to ask yourself. What, are you morally against people learning Spanish? But the crazy thing is, I feel like he almost has to say this because there are people in his audience that do think it's morally wrong to not only like learn Spanish, but just speak it in general, right? Like that's, there are, you know, racists and bigots in his audience that are like, I hate it. Learn to speak English, buddy. Oh, this America, you know, like that's his audience, and you could tell. And so just him saying, am I against learning Spanish? Holy shit.
No, absolutamente no. Because I actually know Spanish. I've served on mission trips in Spanish countries for a period of time. I've learned.
Don't use the word served. Don't. That sounds like something totally different. Like I've actually do know Spanish because I've served in the missionary field. Like what the fuck? Come on, man. Don't. Sounds like you're saying something else, you know? My goodness.
Spanish fluently. I think it's great to learn another language, but what do you think it communicates? Like, what do you think the real goal is with this? Why? Why not like any other artist that speaks English? Why not? Why has it been like every year, the past few years, it's just been like rap and hip hop and, you know, this sort of pop music? Why? Like, why not country? I'm not even the biggest country fan, but my question is,
why not white people? Like, why not that? Like, why not just white people music? What's up with that? Huh? All these past, you know, years, we've had artists that have like tore up the charts and everything. Why not a country man. And didn't we just have fucking Taylor Swift? Like, when was Taylor Swift? Like, she is just, isn't she, wouldn't she be considered country? I don't know. And I don't know enough about her.
Is why not? And my thought, though, is could this be part of some sort of plan to desensitize America to
Mexicans?
Like, the fact that, you know, America is a country that
it's going to desensitize America to other cultures existing. We can't have that. We need to be very sensitized. We need to be very sensitive. If there's any other cultures going to be like, hey, what is going on? I don't know about you. You know, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean, like, desensitized to Mexicans or, like, you know, Puerto Ricans, like, actually, you know? But of course, he's like thinking of Mexicans because, you know, the language
predominantly speaks English. We become a culture as a country. We become unified as a country because of our values, and not just that, but our language, our ability to actually communicate with one another. This is also happening in the midst of a border crisis that's completely being solved, by the way, whether you like what's happening or not.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Oh my God. It's magic. You know, Trump has he's perfect. He's amazing. And it's just this whole crisis. It's like not even a crisis anymore. It's like, then why y'all still then why y'all acting like all crazy about it still and everything?
Reality is this law that has actually made it a federal crime to cross over the southern border, which is where all of this fentanyl is coming through. People, military age males from every country on planet Earth have been pouring into this country the past handful of years. But did you know that border tensions have actually dropped by 99%?
Where did you get that number from? And honestly, it's funny because I don't know. I don't care about this. I don't think it was never a problem as far as I can tell to begin with. It's just a way to get white people all worked up about, racist white people to get all worked up about needing to get out there and vote for the billionaire that's going to remove all their health care. But at least they'll be being mean to brown people. So it's worth it to not be able to pay for your medications.
Since this new administration has said, no, we're not going to do that anymore. But everybody's up in arms about us cleaning up the mess of people who've broken the law by coming into this country illegally. I'm not talking about the people who came in legally.
Dude, you voted for, here's what I don't understand is, don't give me this fucking, it's a crime shit. Okay. Oh, but they're doing crimes, man. First of all, it's like a fucking civil crime. Like, it's nothing, you know, it's like walking from here to there without the proper paperwork or whatever. Like, but you got a billionaire who's defrauded the government, who's like done all these fucking crimes, and is an actual felon, was convicted and everything. But you want to talk about these people being criminal? They're doing crimes and stuff. Yeah, the fucking dipshit that you voted for is doing crimes. Like, he just is one big crime, basically. Like, he's just a human hate crime. That's what he is.
Legally. No matter where you came from, if you came in the right way, I celebrate that. I thank God that you came in the right way and you honored the system in place.
Oh, the right way that they're like changing the rules at the last second so that they can arrest people or deport people at their hearings. That kind of right way. Jesus Christ, how stupid you got to be to like buy this.
But what is with this whole narrative about all of a sudden you can break the law of entering in the country illegally, and
then become a president? I know, it's insane, man. It's like we should do something about that. We should say, like, if you're a felon, you shouldn't be able to become a president or something.
Not a criminal. Have you heard that narrative? I've heard that narrative everywhere from even some people in Congress. Is this part of that? Is this part of us, like, basically this desensitization of a culture of, hey, you as Americans, you better learn Spanish because this is going to become a lot more common everywhere that you go. Again, I'm not against Spanish, but what I am for.
Good God, this dude is like drank the Kool-Aid, like the MAGA racist fucking Kool-Aid. Holy shit, man. Are they trying to desensitize us? Like, now, you know, because they're going to be like, you have to learn Mexican. Otherwise, it's Spanish, by the way. Otherwise, you're going to jail. We're going to just start imprisoning people that don't speak Spanish. So, I'm just saying that's what's coming. Are they trying? I'm just asking questions. Are they trying to desensitize us for that when that happens? My God. Meanwhile, you got the president acting like a full-on fucking fascist, and is literally going after, putting sombreros and stuff on people of color, like in fucking AI videos and stuff that he puts out, like like an adult does. Jesus. And then you got, he's sending his horde of his Gestapo nut jobs to go to Chicago to be pulling children out of their homes in the middle of the night, naked and handcuffed. But I'm sure he doesn't have anything to say about that. He's like, well, those kids are criminals. Those are some criminal kiddos. That's what they're. Go fuck yourself.
I'm for preserving American culture and making sure that we can actually have a culture, which you need a language.
It's so funny. Yeah, exactly. Tsunamis. Open borders? I'm so confused. Puerto Rico's America, dude. Like, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. They do not understand just how America works at all.
A common language for everybody to actually be a part of a culture. But let me know what you think in the comments.
For everybody to be a part of a culture? Jesus, you sound like a white supremacist. Okay, man. Look, there isn't just one culture, man. Like, we are America. We are a plethora of cultures that are all together here in this country. That's sort of the point, man. Like, that's sort of what we've always been. And it's always been good. That's a good thing, so everybody can have their culture and have their freedom too, or used to be able to have their culture and have their freedom. Now, your kids get torn from your arms naked in the middle of the night because of, fascist fucking brown shirt police, whatever.
The whole demonic transgender stuff. That debauchery.
Wow. Okay. Now switching gears. Different. Let's go to this bigotry over here. Jesus Christ.
You better believe it's coming after our kids. It really is a shame because it's come to the point where the past handful of Super Bowls that I watch, I have to just leave the room.
Meanwhile, I know I keep doing this. Meanwhile, twice a week, you got a youth pastor, priest, pastor, and any of those, like sexually assaulting children just on a weekly basis, right? But they're coming for your kids. The trans people that never sexually assault children, just statistically speaking, like never, ever. But the Christian pastors who do it so frequently, you could set your fucking watch to it, basically. But they're fine. They're not doing anything wrong. You don't need to worry about them, Jesus Christ. To the point where I wonder if he would even believe somebody if their kids said, that pastor did X, Y, and Z to them. They're like, no, Christians don't do that. But he's Christian though. No, that's you just heard about that. Sounds like you got an agenda or something, kiddo. That's your problem there.
Or turn off the TV during the halftime show because it's just gross. And then this is like really gross.
This is gross.
You have a dude who makes out with dudes and wears dresses. No, hard pass. But maybe there'll be a
dude that makes out with dudes and wears dresses. No, not doing it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
An alternative. What if there's an alternative? Well, I got some good news. There are some very influential people that are looking at doing some sort of alternative halftime show. So maybe you could actually turn the channel or, stream.
Oh
YouTube
my God.
And see something different. Corey Asbury talks about possibly doing a halftime show with Forrest Frank. Both are really big Christian artists, but listen to what he has to say about this.
What was it? Forrest Frank? Is that what he said? And what was it?
All right, y'all. I just had an insane idea. What if we did an alternative, family-friendly halftime show for the Super Bowl? Every year, everyone is all up in arms about the performer for the halftime show. And
What's up, Dan Steely? How we doing? He said, fuck, if you told me. Hold on. Shit, where'd it go? My God, everything is falling apart. Never mind. I'll have to Wow, it like totally froze. Never mind.
Get it? Because 9 times out of
Jeez.
10, it's raunchy as heck. You're seeing stuff you don't want to see. You're hearing stuff you don't want to hear, especially for your kids. So what if we threw together an alternate show at a different venue with just the biggest Christian artist and glorified the name of Jesus on a gigantic scale at a gigantic level? I've already talked to my boy Forrest. He is down to clown. He's down to play music, is what I mean.
I don't think he knows what that usually means. And if you're down to clown, go to adamandeve.com. That's right. Enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley. That's BRENTLY at checkout and get your butt some stuff. Get down and get clowned. Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Who else would you want to see there? My vision is this: blow
DC Talk.
it up huge.
Newsboys.
Get a stadium. Let's go
Striper.
crazy. While people are glorifying money and fame and sex and all kinds of stuff that we don't want to see.
Did he just spell out the word sex? He's just like sex. Like, are the kids around? Don't maybe they are the stupid kids around that don't know how to spell a 3-letter fucking word? Like, what are you doing, dude?
We can lift up the name of Jesus. So if you're down, like this post, share it with your friends, and suggest who you think should join for this show.
Let me know what you think about that. That sounds pretty cool. I'm down for that. I'm
You down to clown in Georgetown?
down to clown with that.
I don't think they know. Am I the crazy one? I thought like down to clown was like sexual, you know?
Turning Point USA is also saying something similar. They want to consider putting on their own halftime show. I like this.
You don't say. Oh man, they're like, we gotta have some white alternatives to this halftime Super Bowl disgustingness. Okay, we need to have some white people be, available. We need to be able to watch, people of the one true culture that is Jesus Christ.
This idea too. I mean, trust me, I love Christian music. Like, let's get the name of Jesus out there. But I also love some good old
They
underground
automatically
music
demonic.
too. Listen to this idea.
Yeah, because anybody that wears a dress that is, a dude or whatever, or has a penis, I should say. Anybody with a penis that wears a dress, demonic. That's just automatically demonic. Don't ask me why, because it's like, talk about fucking harmless. My God, like, I don't know. It's crazy. They'll sit there and glorify violence, and be totally fine with like the torture, murder, all that type of stuff, singing about blood, covering them all the time and shit like that, like a fucking Cradle of Filth song. If you read the lyrics to some of these Christian worship songs, you're like, oh my God, is this Cradle of Filth? No, just Christians talking about being covered in blood, and that's normal. But if somebody with a penis wears a dress, holy shit, it's demonic. That now it's evil. It's like, my God.
Tim, it's very clear to me what must be done here is that Turning Point USA needs to host a counter-programmed halftime show starring the only sincere band that has kept going with a fully Christian theme, as you say,
Celine Dion.
from day one. No, American band. American. Get that Canadian nonsense out of here, Luke. I'm talking about Creed. I'm talking about Scott Stapp. I'm talking about taking this entire country higher to a place with golden streets.
Oh my God. Wow. Does anybody even know? Like, like half the people watching were like, fucking who? What's a Creed? What is it? What is it? A Creed? I don't know what that is. I don't. Is that that's a band? Is that just one guy? Is his name Creed? I don't know what's happening.
You guys talked about that. I think on your show today, on Charlie's show, when you guys were.
So
Oh
Tim,
my
in all
God.
seriousness,
That's that moon. That's that Moon Lord guy from Tim Pool's show.
has gone mega viral.
Did you tweet it?
I did
It's a
tweet
good
it. Andrew tweeted it
Oh,
out
it
as
is Tim
the
Pool.
official
Okay.
spokesman of Turning Point.
Of course, this guy watches Tim Pool. It's so, Jesus Christ, it's so funny. You think, oh, he just watches like Christian content and stuff. No, of course, he's being like programmed by the Russia fucking, the Russian oligarchs to sow, discord throughout our country and shit.
And now the media, there has been a frenzy of media requests as well as like sponsors and donors and all sorts of people and other artists, Christian artists.
It's got 1.6 million.
Yeah, 1.6 million views. And no, I had no authorization whatsoever
so
to start
hateful.
talking.
They're so fucking hateful. They can't handle like 20 minutes of an artist singing music that is not like their specific culture. My God, they're such fucking snowflakes.
It's got to happen, man.
And now it's like,
but do you do it at the same time as the official halftime show?
Yes. Same time as the official show.
Yeah. So like we could watch football and then change the channel, watch Creed.
Well,
and
we do like a live stream or like maybe do
He even sounds like it almost sounds like he's like half making fun of them. We could switch the channel, watch Creed, I guess, or whatever, and then switch back after
a partnership with like one of the channels that I'm
Talk
not
to Sinclair, maybe.
I am not saying that there have been conversations about this earlier today in this building, but it seems to have taken on a lot.
That would be sick.
Okay, that was abrupt. That didn't what happened. Okay, TikToker, maybe let them get to the end of a thought before you just start boom boop, right in their face. Like,
that would be sick. So here's what I love. I love in the midst of all this cultural stuff, all the cultural war, really it's a spiritual war. It's not just a cultural war. It's like there is literally an entity of darkness that is trying to pull the strings and trying to make.
Yeah, it's an entity of darkness. Yeah. Of like other cultures and people that are not, that they're darkness. There's darkness to their skin tone. It's just, there's a spirit of that same color, that is oppressing everybody. That's okay with other cultures, really.
People, indoctrinate their kids to make them think that they can chop off parts of their body to become a different gender, like that.
I was like gonna say, oh, you mean like the tip of the penis that acts, that they that leads to a lot of accidental castration, because of circumcision, a useless cutting of a chunk off of a baby. Oh no, you're not talking about that. You're talking about nothing, something that doesn't happen.
That's normal, but that's where we are right now. But guess what? The Bible's very clear. What the enemy intends for evil, God actually uses for good. This is an incredible opportunity for us to bring the light of the kingdom. Like, to me, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is one of the most exciting times to be alive, because we win in the end if we play the game the way that Jesus wants us to. This is the opportunity to share the truth with people who are looking at what's going on in the world and they're like, dude, I don't even know if I believe in God. I'm not even a religious person, but man, this stuff is weird. Is there some sort of alternative to this? Why, yes, there is. There actually is a kingdom of light in comparison to the kingdom of darkness. This is good news. So I'm for this. Let me know what you think in the comments.
It's a kingdom of darkness for a Puerto Rican musician who's tearing up the fucking charts too, by the way. Like, they always ask, like, why don't they have name your white artist? Because nobody listens to them, dude. Like, they don't tear up the charts. It's not, you know what I mean? It just happens to be the case that the people that tear up the charts and just knock it out of the park, as it were, as far as like, listenership goes, they're usually not white. They tend to be just other races. I mean, in this case, it's Puerto Rican. But they get all mad about that. They're like, well, why aren't more people listening? I don't know, man. Like, maybe go make something that doesn't sound like everybody else's shit or something. You know what I mean?
Finally, here's some scripture that I'll share with you.
Oh, good.
Just about the importance of what you meditate on and what you think about and what you're watching and what you're listening to.
You're kind of you're just supposed to think about your body, so you can kind of reconnect with your body. Your breath really is the thing that you meditate on Israel. What? That's not what he's saying. Oh, I misunderstood.
Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, it says, finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report.
Whatever things are lovely, you know, like the brown paper packages tied up with string. No. What the fuck are those? Like, what is the brown paper packages tied up with string thing? Like, I always got to that part of the song and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, why are they brown? Like, usually presents are brightly colored. Who's giving presents? Because I think they're talking about presents, right? But who's giving presents to people in brown packages? Like brown, you know, like right up. Anyway.
There's any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. The things which you learned and received and heard and saw in me, these do. The God of peace will be with you. So I'm telling you, this is a perfect example. It's so important for us to make sure that we guard our eyes and guard our ears, especially for our kids. And we help we ourselves, but also we as parents help our kids meditate on the right things. You are moving.
They act like they own their kids. You see this? Like they have to. It's so crazy too, because they can sit there and be like, they're indoctrinating your kids or whatever. They're out there indoctrinating the kids. And then in like the next sentence, he's like, yeah, we got to make sure that our kids don't see anything other than what we want them to see. Okay. Because, you know, that's it. We got to control all of the information that might, you know, be available to the kids there. Because you know, you can't have information available to children. You gotta curate it. You gotta make it so that it's only the information that you, but if you allow kids to have access to all the information, that's indoctrination. That is, you know, then it's indoctrinating them into not our religion being true. So that, you know, what the fuck, man? Like, how do you even do this? It's incredible.
And your life is moving in the direction of your most dominant thoughts. We got to make sure that we're guarding ourselves and not just consuming that junk. Make sense? Hey, if you don't have a relationship with God,
nothing you say makes sense, man. But okay.
I continue to give you this call to action. Go to capchatfield.com/Jesus to make sure that you are right with God. You watching this channel
/Jesus. What? Go to capchatfield.Jesus. What do you mean? That's weird. That feels disrespectful. I don't know. That just, to me, that seems like it would be. Jesus is just like, look, I'm not a .com, dude. Look, I don't know what are you trying to do with me here? I'm not a .com. All right. So on the same thread, that is demons. You know, we're on a demon kick today, right? This is insane. Listen to this. Tucker Carlson apparently was, I guess, raised secular, or they try to act like he was secular or something, or, you know, and I guess this recently he became a Christian or something. And so it's absurd. Now he's trying to talk about demons being everywhere and the cause of wars. Because it can't just be people
been moved to the fringes, but
you know,
when I talk to someone like
being like greedy and shit like that. No, it's got to be demon magic. That's the only way that it makes sense that wars happen. Jesus.
Is there a story you've covered in the last few, or just a story you've covered all, where at the beginning you took a much more secular, much more cut and dried approach to it, that now, if you today had covered that back then, you would see
every story. I mean, especially war, which I have covered in person and certainly talked a lot about over.
Especially war, since I've talked about that
the years.
Is that really loud?
I just saw it as a product, the sort of failure of statecraft and nations act rationally. One country wants this territory either to conquer or to reclaim it, and this country doesn't want to give it up, and so they have a war over it.
Yeah, not that. It's magical, undetectable monsters from mythology. That's the true cause.
You know, I had a very secular understanding of war, and it was the First World War that changed my view. Probably 15 years ago. Well, what would it be? 10 years ago. So the anniversary of the outbreak of the war, 1914. There was a series of symposia in Europe on, like, you know, what was that? You know, it destroyed Christian Europe and for maybe forever. And like, the apogee of human civilization was 1913, obviously. And then it was destroyed and it never recovered. And a bunch of other empires fell, including the Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian and all this stuff. It's like it reshuffled the map and gave rise not just to the Second World War, but to the world that we now live in. So, like, how did it start? Gavril Princip kills Archduke Ferdinand in Sarajevo, and okay, but how does it follow that, like, Christian Europe commits suicide in the wake of one assassination in the Balkans? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Right.
And there was no consensus 100 years later on why the war started.
Wait, what?
Right.
And that's when you begin to, like, ask real questions. Like,
what are you talking about? Like, there is a consensus on why the war started. The consensus is the thing you just said. The Archduke Franz Ferdinand being assassinated. That's what started the World War. And also, just a little fact that Germany tried to take over the world. No, that doesn't come into account. Demons. It's fucking demons. It's the magical monsters. That's what it is. Not Germany trying to take over the world. That's Jesus.
What was that?
Totally.
And it was, of course, it was spiritual in its origin. And so is the war in Ukraine, and so is what's happening in Gaza, and so is basically all human activity is influenced by the spiritual realm, which once again is as real as anything that we're doing here, as real as the material world. And so
it's as real as the material world. It's their gradation, of realness, right? So there's no law of excluded metal. You're illogical.
That, to me, as someone who's interested in history in a very amateur way, but still passionately interested, I was like, wow, I am not assessing the human experience in its totality. I'm only seeing a small part of it. And so now I really make an effort, which it's difficult at the age of 56 to relearn patterns, but I'm trying to assess.
Do some crossword puzzles and stuff like that. There's a really good one that I got on my phone. That's just a whole lot of fun. And, it's really delightful, really. But what is he talking about? It's hard to relearn patterns in my brain. What the fuck are you talking about? Once you've decided that it's magical creatures or whatever, you don't have to relearn anything. You're just like deciding that stuff is just the other stuff that it's obviously not. But that you're just making up. I don't think Tucker believes any of that. I think this is completely him just pretending for his base. You know what I mean? Because he knows that like 90% of his base or whatever are born again Christians. And so when he used to be the bow tie, not the Bible guy, just the bow tie guy, the bow tie propaganda guy, back then he was not, he was like secular or whatever, right? But ever since then, after like leaving Fox and all this type of stuff, he's like dove like head first into like, I gotta pretend to be a Christian because it gives me more money.
And behavior in light again of the in light of the totality of the human experience, much of which is influenced by the spiritual realm. And it's like hard.
What's up, Native Atheist? How we doing, dude? What's going on? I feel like I saw somebody else too. Native. Oh, and E1. How you doing? E1? Doing all right? And I feel like somebody. Oh, and Baba. How you doing, Baba? What's going on?
Because still, my default is always like, this person's pissed at this person, or this person wants more money, or this person wants to sleep with that guy's wife, or to ascribe.
That's how wars are started. Actually, I take it all back. It has to do with that fucking guy that slept with that other guy's wife, right? And then they're like, that's it, going to war. We're gonna, wait till you see my army guy that slept with my wife. That's what I thought.
To be fair,
purely human motives to explain human activity,
Right,
but that's only part of the story.
Oh, totally. And
this is obvious to you. It's not obvious to me at all.
No, but what's going to be fascinating for you is going back over your career.
Wait, is it obvious or wasn't it? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, is he saying it used to not be obvious, but now it is obvious, but it's not. It's like it's obvious to you, but not obvious to me because I just started thinking this stupid shit.
To explain human activity, but that's only part of the story.
Oh, totally. And
this is obvious to you. It's not obvious to me at all.
No, but what's going to be fascinating for you is going back over your career.
He's saying it's not obvious to me. Like currently, like he's still saying like, oh no, it's obvious to you. It's not obvious to me. Yet I'm going to say that it's clear that like all the wars and stuff were started by demons. What, man? But it's not obvious to you. What the fuck are you talking about?
I got to say something that's funny is, you've been on TV for decades and I've heard your voice for decades. So there's an element of talking to you where my brain will be half a second slow because I'll hear your voice, not right now, but earlier. And part of my brain is like, someone obviously left the TV on. Or
turn that fucking thing off.
No. Whoa. Oh my God. That is terrifying. He needs to play the Joker. Everybody keeps talking about Willem Dafoe, like being the Joker, I think it needs to be Tucker Carlson. I think with that laugh, he needs to market this shit. You know what I mean? Like really, really get in there. And I'd just also like to see him get the shit kicked out of him by Batman. But that's a separate thing that I'm talking about.
This is why I don't have a TV.
No, where someone has a podcast going because it's just Tucker's. And then my brain is like a half second delay. And I'm like, dude, he's talking to you.
Sorry.
Sorry. No, but I've heard your voice over this, as we all have over decades. So it is funny because we were talking earlier and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, wait. That's me. He's asking me if I'm ready to go.
So,
well, that was a whole lot of nothing. It's like, oh man, funny story. I keep on thinking that you, the human in front of me, is just a TV on in the other room. Because I hear you talking so much. Anyway, no, go on. What were you saying? I lost track of what we were talking about. Go ahead.
So this is all kind of new to me. And when I talk to people who are, lifelong students of religion, which is, of course, the main driver of human behavior from the beginning of time. And first, again, since we dropped the atom bomb, we have lied to ourselves about that and kind of deleted that whole category from public conversation, which is, it's been left like Jerry Falwell and Rabbi Shmuley and other various buffoons to like talk about religion. It's like so sad, but it's been moved to the fringes. But
are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like it is so the fringes. Holy shit, man! Christianity is so the goddamn norm. It's not even funny. It's like, it's so crazy to me that they can sit back. And this is part, I think, of just like the cult mentality or whatever. Like you have to think that you're like the special, small little group or whatever. Like if you would have asked me back when I was a Christian and everything, when I was, heavily, while I was still thinking with that heavily indoctrinated brain, and just buying every conspiracy, you name it, back then. I used to think that like the country was just atheist, like the default position that everybody had was God's obviously not real, and anybody that believes in it is stupid. That's what I thought like was the mainstream belief system or whatever, because that's the way that they kind of push it when you go into church and stuff. They're like, look, the entire world is atheist. They call it the world. Like they're like, that's worldly. Like the whole world is atheist or whatever. But it's just so not true. Like we're just the majority Christian. I don't even think, even though it's been declining, I still don't think that we've even reached less than 50%, right? I don't know. I'd have to like actually look at the stats, but I'm pretty sure they're still up over 50% is Christian. Now, what are the different types of Christian and shit like that? Sure. But like, there are Christians and they're like over 50% of the population.
When I talk to someone like you who's clearly thought about this much more deeply than I have and over a much longer period.
I am a man of many books and PDFs.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like it's like shocking to you.
Well, that's the thing we're going back to talking about earlier in terms of it's a mixture of, in my case, having read a lot, but also knowing people and knowing some people involved. We were talking earlier about, when you have a father who works in journalism, it grounds you. And same thing with like what people call conspiracy theories, where you're able to know off the bat just a general sense of stuff because you're like, oh, that guy's friends with my dad. That can't be true. Or that
exactly
could be.
Wait, what? The guy's friends with my dad, so that can't be true? What? I'm so confused. What is he saying?
Life I've lived. That's exactly right. Too close.
Right.
Proximity causes blindness. It's weird. You don't.
But it's tremendously helpful though in these things because so many of these things are so insane and so weird that most people can't parse it. I mean, I didn't bring this up earlier, but
wait, so it's too familiar, therefore it's not true? What the hell is the middle son from Home Improvement talking about over here? Okay, I'm very confused. Was he the oldest son? Maybe the oldest son. You see what I'm talking about? This dude was from Home Improvement. He's just all grown up now. You know what I mean?
With my grandfather in particular, the way I kind of even know a lot about sordid stuff. I mean, there were so many scandals, Tucker, that my grandfather was like, he had some like insight into, like he was going to play Jimmy Hoffa in a movie. He bought the rights to him.
Something amazing is happening in the U.S. after years of national rejection.
I don't know who this person is. I'm like very confused right now. Is anybody familiar with him? Does anybody know who he is? I've literally never seen this guy before.
Faith. Remember the new atheists? Long gone, because a revival is underway. Millions of Americans
are because I mean, you can't really call it new anymore. You know what I mean? It wasn't new. Like atheism wasn't new when it was called new atheism, right? Like but they're always just like new atheism is gone. Yeah, no shit.
Discovering what our culture tried so hard to hide, which is the ultimate power of the universe, the power of prayer. This is taking place at the right moment.
The ultimate power of the universe, the power of prayer, that works exactly at the rate of chance, and even less if you know you're being prayed for, because then you don't try as hard.
It's like these require truth speaking, preaching of the gospel, which is the truth, and boldness in the face of struggle.
Hold on. Truth seeking, truth speaking, because the Bible's true, you know. He's like preaching the gospel, and that's true. Gospel's the truth, so basically preaching truth, you know.
When evil emerges, as it did in September, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, people wake up and they...
I was like, yeah, like a September 11th, right? Is that... No, just talking about fucking Charlie Kirk.
Find God, because that is the only answer. You need prayer. And you know you do, by the way. The Hallow app makes it easy. You find scripture, meditation.
Your face needs prayer, bucko. Telling me I need prayer. Get the fuck... How dare you?
Reflections, guided prayers. Whether you pray constantly or just getting started, aren't really sure what prayer is, but feel like you should be doing it because you should.
Who the hell doesn't know what prayer is? Like, what are you talking about? Just in case you don't know what prayer is, there's an app where we can actually help you to learn. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? There's some person out there who's like, it's a prayer, like those misshapen apple things that look like they're kind of like an apple, but no. What? I don't prayer. I don't know what it is. I can't even. How do you pronounce it with it?
There is something for you, something real and something eternal. Trust me, this is a never-ending topic of conversation in my house, including today. Hallow and the power of prayer that Hallow unleashes. Instead of wasting time scrolling through social media, Hallow lets you begin and end your day connecting with God, which is really all that matters. And
why the fuck would you need an app for that, dude? Can't God hear you just no matter what? Can't he just hear you? Like, you know, if you just close your eyes, God's going to be like, hold on though. Do you have the app? I don't yet. No, see, here's what happened. Too many prayers. That's the problem there. So I'm trying to like streamline this shit, get the app. And then I'll actually give a shit about your prayers because you have the app that Tucker said everybody needs to have.
Reminds you of that. Joins the millions of Americans who are discovering the peace, the only real peace and clarity that prayer can bring. Hallow. Download it today. HALLOW. It's free to try. It may be the most important decision you make this year. Get 3 months free at hallow.com/Tucker. And if it doesn't change your life, I'll be shocked. I mean that.
Oh, okay. I love it. It's like, and if it doesn't change your life, I will give you double your money back. I mean, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'll just be shocked. I'll be shocked if it doesn't. What the fuck would I care what you're shocked about, man? Like, it just, he sets it up like he's about to say you get your money back, and then nope, none of that.
He met Jimmy Hoffa, hung out with him in Fort Lauderdale a week before Hoffa died. One of his best friends was killed by the Manson family.
It's funny you said that, Theo. It said special discount at All Hallows Eve, right? Yeah. Because that's exactly what I was thinking of. I was thinking of that AFI song, actually. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, it was called the All Hallows. It wasn't a song. It was an EP called All Hallows EP, and it had this really good song, Total Immortal. That's what it was called. Like, wow, anyway, you got to hear it. It's great. But it's got like it's got like a potato. It's got a pumpkin head scarecrow thing on the cover. It's great. It's a great album. One of their last really good ones.
On the other side of my family, the Ted Kennedy crash in Chappaquiddick, his lawyers called my grandmother's house accidentally. They're trying to call the Harborview Hotel, which was one digit off, 3337 versus 3377. So, his lawyers accidentally called my grandmother and goes, Ted there? So that's like 3 of like 10 of like the major sordid tabloids. So I bring that up to say when you
I'm so confused. What the hell was he saying? I love seeing how he's like, he is such a fucking grifter. He is. That is his main modus operandi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I heard that the other day and I was like, I want to say that, whatever it means. I don't know. I'll work it in.
Quiddick, his lawyers called my grandmother's house.
No, he was saying
one of his best friends was killed by the Manson family.
One of his best friends killed, but wow. Okay. That sucks.
On the other side of my family, the Ted Kennedy crash in Chappaquiddick, his lawyers called my grandmother's house.
Wait. What about the Kennedy thing? The Quidditch? He was playing Quidditch. They were playing Quidditch, and he fell off the broom. He was trying to get the snitch or something. I don't know what happened.
Accidentally, they're trying to call the Harborview Hotel, which was one digit off, 3337 versus 3377. So his lawyers accidentally called my grandmother and goes, Ted there? So that's like 3 of like 10 of like the major sordid tabloids. So I bring that up. This
3 of 10 sordid tabloid. What is the point he thinks he's making?
Say when you would know this from your father too as a journalist, when you grow up in an environment where weird stuff is not just there to be gawped at or go, wow, that's something no one can ever figure out. You have enough information that you're able to go like, no, my dad knows him and I've met him. I know so-and-so. If I do the research, I can get maybe to 50% of knowing the story when anyone else can get to 40%, which is still.
What the fuck is he talking about? Like, what the hell point is he made? I'm so fucking lost. I'm like waiting for him to get to like the end of his thought that he keeps on interrupting, like worse than me at this point. Like, he's like interrupting himself as he's interrupting himself whilst interrupting himself while trying to complete his thought.
Huge in the grand scheme of things.
So I've had the opposite experience. And even now, especially now, when
what experience?
I read about people in the the media, and they're described as one thing, and I know them pretty well. And I don't see that at all. And yet it's clearly true.
Right.
And I'm thinking of a couple of people who I really like, who are clearly kind of evil. It's just obvious that they're pretty evil.
Yeah.
But
there are people. I'm so confused about the whole conversation now, because I feel like nobody's like recapping what the point is that they're building off of. But you say that there's some people that are super evil, but he likes them though. And that's funny. I'm lost, y'all. Can anybody help me? What are they? Are y'all following this? Or am I the one idiot that's like off? Or I was reading the chat when they got to the point and made it very clear, and then moved on. Like they don't ever have to make it clear again.
My experience and I try not to hang around evil people, but just know people for a long time.
I actually do like to hang around evil people. They're pretty great. All of my friends are heathens. Take it slow. Ask for them to tell you.
And I just had dinner with that person, and
we got that. Yeah, let's cut that. Got it. Well, first of all, I don't want to get a copyright strike for talking lyrics and stuff. But anyway,
it was sort of eccentric, but I don't really see him as part of a global conspiracy to oppress anyone.
Right.
I don't see him as a tool of Satan. Right. But the evidence suggests he is. I'm just trying to be honest, right?
Well, you bring up something I always think about in regards to.
Don't bring up evidence. Hold on. It's like the evidence actually suggests that he is a tool of Satan, the mythological demon monster from the book with the talking donkey. That one, that creature. The evidence suggests that person is a tool of that guy.
Bible. That one of the reasons the Bible is true is that it's in its depiction of villains and heroes. The heroes in the Bible. You look at King David. Look at the political scandal he gets in, where he sees this woman bathing, Bathsheba. He's really turned on by this. He knows her husband, Uriah, I think, sends him to the front lines of war to get him killed intentionally. Yeah. That would be a gnarly political scandal for anyone. That is a pure act of evil. But that is what people, including heroes, can get up to. And then if you look at the villains in the Bible, if you look at
that's a political. Okay, I'm so confused. Okay, so he's saying the Bible is full of like weird political type thing, and he was saying that would be a big scandal. I feel like stuff like that happens a lot. I don't know. He's acting like that's so crazy, but I feel like that is something that's happened before, probably here in America. But
like even say Pharaoh,
maybe not the bathing, seeing her bathing, but like sending people you don't like to the front line of war. I feel like that's probably pretty common.
Most feelings, in human life are most emotions are mixed emotions, and people are ambivalent and ambiguous. Pharaoh, at numerous times, he wants to set the Hebrews free. He wants to set the Jewish people free. He goes, surely, I forget what plague it was, where he's like, my goodness, that was rough.
But God,
it was probably the frogs. I'd be like, that's it. Okay, frogs? Are you kidding? No, I'm done. I quit. There's frogs in my drink, man. Like I'm trying to drink my wine here. There's a fucking frog in it. Just let him go. Okay, I'm done here. Until all of a sudden God was like, actually, do not let them go. What was that? I guess I actually don't want them to go now. What happened that was weird. I feel like something just took over my brain and now it's making me think stuff. This is really strange.
Prevented him from doing it.
Right. But God is sovereign, does that in all of our lives. But he, God even says God hardened his heart.
Exactly.
So God chose to make him such, where he decides at the last moment, actually, I'm not going to set you free. I can't do that. And if you look at Pontius Pilate, he wants to set he at some point he flips and he's like, this guy is innocent. My wife is having dreams about this man. That's another thing.
That was so creepy. Hold on. What is like Tucker Carlson's like this? Like exactly. Like he's just like dead staring. So weird. But Pilate's wife was having dreams about Jesus. I need to reread that whole story.
Oh, he wants to set. He at some point he flips and he's like, this guy is innocent. My wife is having dreams about this man. That's another thing that's underreported in history. Wife as soothsayer / dreamer. Yeah. I mean, if your wife has many times been like, I have a bad feeling about this guy, Tucker. Don't have him on your show. And her intuition is such that even though there's no necessarily hard evidence, it's your wife's take on stuff. You don't ignore it. But
I have ignored it.
I had David Duke on my show because I thought her intuitions were incorrect.
And
you're like, I've actually never listened to that.
No, I mean, I've been married 34 years as of Saturday, and it's like a joke in my house. I told you he was bad. I don't know. He's hilarious. He seemed like a good guy to me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So you'd be the Pontius Pilate where she's like, oh, did you?
VHS. how's it going? What's going on? Said, well, hey there, folks. Hey, Jess, how you doing?
Don't arrest this man. I had a dream.
100%.
And you're like, whatever. I'm doing my work right now.
I'm very shallow. So someone who's amusing or fun to have dinner with, I just get swept away.
No, I was kidding. That was a joke. But I should have. That's sad, right? So Fortune Thought's like, hold the phone. Did Tucker have David Duke on? Because that is just too believable, isn't it? I should have gone with something. Hitler himself, I should have said. That's. Oh God, yeah. No, I don't think he did. God, maybe he did. I don't know. Oh no, that's the full video. But there was another one that now I'm trying to think. What was it? On like the same thread of like this demon shit. Is it this one? Did we watch this one yet? No, I don't think we did. I think this is it. Talking about, and like clearly, it's got what's her name?
Between
Taylor Swift, who, a lot of people say that she's a demon. Oh, wait, no, she's not a demon, but she is a witch. That's what it is, right? So yeah, so they're going to talk about Taylor Swift, whose new album was just right. Have you heard that new album? It's on Spotify, by the way, if you haven't heard it yet. But it is just really terrible. It's bad. Like this isn't coming from me. I don't like any of her music. I listen to like the same 4 bands I listened to when I was 20. But even her fans are like, this sucks. So I actually did, because I heard all this stuff. I was like, I have to hear what they think bad music is, because I don't know. I can't tell. When I listen to it, it all sounds bad anyway. So I'm like, I'm having trouble just finding the distinction there. But I went and listened to it. I'm like, okay, no, that is bad. That is, I see, I can see it now. Because it just, you don't know. If you don't listen to that kind of music, you're like, people say it sucks, and you go listen to it and you're like, oh wow. The first song will throw you off a little bit because it's not too bad, but then it's just dives off a cliff. The second that first song is over, it's like, wow, the whole album should have been over, right? Like that, just beginning and end right there.
The industrial music scene and these hardcore occult practitioners and the current AI leaders in Silicon Valley, I was like, what have I stumbled into? What is going on here?
So when Aleister Crowley's secretary says, of course, rock and roll is demonic, basically, I mean, you've got the horseshoe effect
right
here. So here you have Aleister Crowley, like famous Satanist.
I mean, I would say he would say he's a Gnostic, but you do get into a thing of like, well, what is Gnosticism?
Yeah, well, that is Satanist is my description,
right.
But it seems obvious to me. But whatever, it got.
Isn't Gnosticism? Isn't that like weird version of the Bible or whatever? You like read it with like God being the bad guy and the devil's the good guy. Is that? Am I characterizing that? Kip, hey Kip, Dave, hey, Dr. Kip. Kip's the doctor. No, not that kind of doctor. It's a doctor for things that we actually give a shit about, like the Bible. But what do you know what Gnosticism is, Kip? Have you heard of that? Isn't that like what it is? Like the interpretation of the Bible is like flipped, I don't know.
Who's like worshiping demons.
Heavily into the occult.
Demons.
When his secretary says rock and roll is demonic, agreeing with like every, the famous
every
Baptist
pastor, every kid who cried because his dad took his Emerson, Lake and Palmer albums in the 70s.
I guess it all was very obvious.
Is this a joke? Like, I don't know enough about Aleister Crowley for it, but I thought that he was like from a long time ago. I thought photography had like barely been around by the time he started getting his pictures taken of him. And boy, is that guy intense, man. Do you see those eyes? He's just like, and it sounds, as far as I understand, like a kid that's like, he sounds like a kid that found a stick and is like pointing at you with the stick and then saying laser eyes. You know what I mean? Laser eyes. Like that's but a person though, you know, and then other people like, dude, laser eyes, man. I think we need to listen to this guy. He clearly knows what's going on. And you know, a bunch of people following him. That's what it seemed like to me, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yes, right.
Well, that's how I knew I could finally make the show, is because you know there's.
I mean, of course it's demonic. Like, duh.
Well, I think a lot of it. I mean, you can't argue with Aleister Crowley's secretary. I think it's the main.
That's right.
Maya said, Kip Davis, I thought you were busy. Kip Davis is always busy. He's a doctor, a Bible doctor. Okay, do you know what that they have to stay busy, okay? Otherwise, that sucker will die.
You know, but that was interesting. Why I finally wanted to do the show is for so many decades, you couldn't do a show like this because everyone would get so defensive about rock and roll. It'd be like taking a child's toy away, where it's like, can we do a show that has pastors, that has Christians, that has rabbis, that has all these people who talk about the religious aspect of music, but then could you also get these other people who are into the darker side of things to also talk about it? And for so long, especially with a lot of Christians, they would be so defensive about it. There's nothing wrong with it. I can do what I want with this, that you couldn't actually have made the show. It's only because rock and roll is I'm going to be the millionth person to say this, is in many ways cultural.
Okay, Kip said, hold on, let me see if I can get it up on the screen, since we're talking like learny stuff, you know, since we're talking learny things. Jesus, so like fucking Ricky from Trailer Park, bro. So Kip said, not the devil. No. Within Gnosticism, the physical world is evil, and the non-material spiritual world is pure. Okay. And let's see. The Old Testament God is a wicked demiurge. I've heard that word, demiurge. And Jesus possessed secret knowledge, which led people out of the corrupt physical world and into the spirit. Okay, interesting. And that's kind of the basis for Gnosticism. Huh? Why are you messing with Maya? Like, Maya's like, what the fuck, Kip? You said that we were gonna be doing the thing. Oh, and now you can't. Now you can't. Oh, and then I show up here and look, here you are. Just not being busy like you said you were when you were supposed to be doing the thing with me. This is what the fuck, man.
Really dead or is so irrelevant that you can finally do a show on this.
Like, yeah, exactly. That was yeah.
Yeah, it actually did infect America with some kind of incurable spiritual cancer that led to where we are now.
I mean, what was funny, there was the writer Theodore Dalrymple, and he
was a brilliant man.
Yeah. He's
Brentley loves you too. He does.
He's a brilliant writer, and he went to he was commissioned by the Spectator because he's such a smart, well-learned guy, and they thought it'd be hilarious to send him to an Oasis concert in England, and this is about in the 90s, and he goes
to an Oasis concert. Yeah, okay, well, I do like that one song. But God damn it, Maya, really? Jesus Christ, just wrecking the stream here, you know? What the unbelievable. Kevin, you get a load of this?
There, and he writes about it, and he says this is, you know, rock concerts are essentially fascism with, you know, the unity of the crowd and the shouting and the spirit of derelict behavior. And he said, and this is from the Spectator, this is a pretty conservative newspaper, he never got more pushback for anything he ever wrote in his career, and he's a man who's known to have many a hot take, than when he criticized rock and roll. So as you know, as a journalist, whenever you have something that touches a nerve where people are like, you can talk about whatever you want, Tucker,
right?
But we won't let you talk about this, or we ask that you not talk about
prison.
This.
Yeah.
Here's something you may not have known. Back in 2000.
Oh my God. And now we're just skipping. First of all, who is Daryl and what is he licking? You know, and why does it mean debauchery? Like, why does that automatically mean that you're just having sex with everybody? I imagine. I don't know. Is this another prayer app?
In 2015, the Congress of the United States repealed something called the Country of Origin Labeling Act. Now, why is this relevant to you? Well, it means, among other things, that when you buy beef at the supermarket that says made in the USA, it may not actually be. In fact, it could be, likely is, from a foreign country.
So they made a lying bill that said that they could lie.
It means that repackaging foreign meat can be enough to get the made in USA designation. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie. Most people don't even know what's happening.
Like, what is even happening? Why is this? Jesus Christ. Like, what is going on here? Was this meat? No. Where is this meat from?
Now, how can you be sure that the meat you're eating is from the United States and has been raised with the highest quality standards and is the tastiest? It's truly made here. Well, it's simple. You can go to our friends at Merriweather Farms. Merriweather Farms.
Who fucking cares? Like, what? I mean, other than, if it's like, I guess if it takes too long to get here, it could fall out and go bad, and I wouldn't want bad meat. But if none of that is a concern, I don't fucking care. It's weird that this is something that motivates his audience. Like, now I want you to think, where does your meat even come from? And they're like, yeah, that's a good question. Now, hold on now. Hold on. I got to make sure that this meat actually is made here in America. What if they're selling me Chinese meat? I don't want to eat no Chinese meat. Okay. I don't do that. I don't even eat Chinese. I don't.
Farms is an American small business that's based in Riverton, Wyoming. We know the people who run it, and they're great people. And they have great meat. They ship free
meat. Go to adamandeve.com. That's right. Go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley at checkout. Get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping of the whole order. Go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley. That's BRENTLY at checkout. And get your exclusive offer. All right. Adamandeve.com is America's #1 adult toy dispensary. Save yourself a trip to that sticky store with the used dildo bin. And just save yourself and just have it sent directly. Okay. Their packaging is discreet. It comes quickly, and so can you. Go to adamandeve.com. Enter code word Brentley at checkout. Okay, there we go.
From growth hormones and antibiotics directly to your doorstep. It's delicious. We eat it a lot, including at this table.
Antibiotics? What is so like you can have antibiotics sent to your household directly. Are we still talking about meat? What is that? What?
These are Americans. These are American-made products. They're the real deal. Again, we eat.
The cows are Americans? Is that what you're saying? These are Americans right here. That is
eat that meat at this table from Riverton, Wyoming. They're the best. Merriweatherfarms.com. Use the discount code Tucker10 and you get an extra.
Why 10?
It's interesting. So here's the distinction that I make in my mind. And it's between people who are participating in occult practices and have no idea that they are.
Right.
People who are, participating in abortion and don't see it, don't understand.
What is it with like people accidentally? Like, it's really weird that like these people are freaked out about shit that is like evil things that you can do by accident. You can actually, you just say the right combination of words and you might have just woken up a fucking demon out of the ground. Like, it's so weird. Like, who the hell? Like, you don't even have to intentionally do it. Like, this is just how manipulative it is. It seems like you could just accidentally be worshiping the devil and you don't even know it. Okay.
Stand it as what it is, which is a child sacrifice ritual as old as Canaan, who are using hallucinogenic drugs, which are clearly a portal for demonic possession.
Clearly a portal. That's what I was thinking. Fucking, how does he just say stuff, and then just keeps moving on? Like, what he said wasn't just completely fucking insane. He's like, they're taking hallucinogens, which are clearly a portal to the devil world, because obviously what else could possibly be hallucinogens?
Sure. Really quick, the word witchcraft, I think in Greek it's pharmakai, I think it is. So there's always a natural link between putting yourself, they would say ecstatic states or altered states. That's always been the I mean, there's a kind of lurid story behind the witch's broom in terms of what she's doing.
I like the be positive ones myself, but you got the demonic ones too? Okay, cool. Yeah, that would be. I could see that. That might be fun. You know, could be a fun. You have a fun time with some fun guy
to work herself up into that state. But yeah, it's all about.
But she's doing it intentionally. I guess that's the distinction that I would make in a secular country, a free to be you and me country. There are a lot of people who are doing things because they're fun or interesting, or everyone around them is doing them, and they don't understand the spiritual consequences. But then there's another category, and this is
the spiritual consequences that you never even know happen because they're spiritual consequences. So it's, they're just, and again, why the hell would anybody care then? You're just like, oh man, like what? Like a bunch of, like they didn't even realize that they just unalived like 40 angels. Okay. They're just dead now. It's basically angel genocide. And they're just going on about their day without even realizing it. It's crazy.
This is the dividing line in my head. There's a category of people who are seeking power from supernatural forces that they acknowledge are absolutely real.
Right.
And they're practicing an occult religion, and they're doing it with self-awareness.
Right.
And I always felt like there weren't that many of those. But what I've learned from you, from our extensive text exchanges over the past year, is that there are actually some of those, quite a few of those.
Oh, but totally. I mean, look at it a couple ways. So, among other things, we're living through an explosion in, occult's a big, broad term.
Yes. What does it? Can we define it?
I mean,
let's define it. Let's go ahead and define it. Okay. It means stuff. I don't know what it means.
It technically means the hidden. But there's a book written by these guys that they ran in a occult bookstore in New York in the 70s. It's called.
Yeah, but that's not the actual. Hold on a sec. Now I gotta look it up. All right, occult. Definition. Definition. There we go. What do we got here? What do we got? Let's see. Supernatural, mystical, or magical beliefs, practices, or phenomena. Well, that is just that is very broad. Hold on. Is there another of involving or relating to supernatural, mystical, or magical powers or phenomenon? Nothing about it being evil or non-Christian. I thought like I thought it was like pagan, honestly, or just kind of like meant like non-Christian, whatever, but apparently not. I guess it just means supernatural. So wait, could like Jesus miracles be considered occultic? If it, you know what I mean, like, because that would still be supernatural. Or is the word mystical, like, does that separate it? Does that make it pagan? I don't know. I think I'm reading too much into this. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, might be being silly. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Bull from heaven or something like that. But one of their definitions, it basically means the hidden. But there's a book written by these guys that they ran in a occult bookstore in New York in the 70s. It's called Bull from Heaven or something like that. But
it's bullshit from heaven. That's amazing.
One of their definitions, it had to do with elements of New Age philosophy and neo-pagan thinking, I think, was part of their definition.
What? The origin of the word? Hold on. What? See, now I got to go back, Brent. Now you're just throwing us all off course here. I know everybody really wants to hear from Tucker. And so, all right, hold on. You're delaying that gratification there, Brent. Just so you know. Definition. Okay. Okay. And then you said you can do what now? You can go to was it? What did you say again? Okay, wait. Look at the origin of the word. Where's that option? Do I have to literally look that up separately? Do I go, okay, occult definition or origin? Origin of the word. There we go. Originates from the Latin word occultus, meaning hidden, secret, or concealed. It evolved to describe occult sciences like astrology and alchemy in the 16th century, and later, with the addition of the ism, the suffix became occult occultism in the 19th century France to refer to a secret spiritual and supernatural phenomenon, practices, and knowledge. Interesting. Yeah. That's what you're asking for, right? I did it right? Okay.
But it got broadened out a bit. Occult can also just mean interest in New Age, which accounts for like 80% of Americans, whether it's astrology, whether it's the concept of manifesting, which is, the law of attraction type stuff. That stuff is huge. And as I've talked to you about, it's also,
I mean, it's literally saying that you get to have stuff if you think about it. So, I mean, I could see how a desire bias would kind of drive a lot of traffic to that particular belief.
Huge on the right in terms of MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. These ideas that we don't think of as being too goth or too occult or too out of the mainstream have become incredibly mainstreamed over the last decades. But I mean, even going back to 19th century America, they were there, and even 18th. But since the 60s, they've exploded, but they've become so ingrained in our lives, we don't typically notice.
That's what the blonde guy was referencing. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see. Yeah, because you were saying you're talking you're explaining what he was saying, where he said like hidden. I got you, Brent. And then and he's saying, no, you got to look up the origin of the word, and that was what he was talking about, which was not the definition. Which that's what Tucker Carlson was clearly asking for. And he's like, what's the definition? He's like, hidden. And no, that was not the definition. Unless, you're reading it in Latin or whatever. But all right.
Their origins.
We don't see them as a cult.
No. But we're also living through a goth explosion. I mean, I know you're not a huge, you sit in front of the TV and watch Netflix guy, but like shows like Wednesday, Stranger Things, horror is, in terms of box office, maybe not in terms of creativity, it's as big as it's ever been.
Really?
Oh yeah,
what?
Halloween.
What the fuck are you talking about, man? It's like saying we're in a goth explosion. We are. Which it sounds actually pretty sexual. That's like a BDSM thing. It seems like that's Anyway, I'm not going to explain what a goth explosion could be in my mind. But he's like, there's that show on Netflix Wednesday, which is that the kiddo from the Addams Family, very goth. Then we have Stranger Things, which is not goth at all. Like, what the hell are you even talking about? I guess the one character you could say is like a rocker. He's not goth though. It was like in the 80s. That was before goth was a thing, man. Whatever. Jesus Christ. But then he's like, and horror is big now. Like, people like horror. We've always liked horror movies. What do you mean? Like, and as far as I can tell, the horror movies of today, if he's talking about like box office money and stuff, they're different types of horror movies. That's why they're doing better at the box office. Yeah, back in the day, it was like Jason, like a slasher movie, would never do well at the box office. You know what I mean? Like, it would just, you'd have like your regulars that would go to movies like that like love the slashers and stuff, but it wasn't like anything that would bring in like hundreds of millions of dollars on an opening weekend. But now we got stuff like Weapons. The movie Weapons, but it's way more creative. It's not even like, I mean, I guess it is horror, but it's like good horror. I don't know. But I don't know. What do you think of that? You think I'm wrong on that one? You think that there's a horror explosion, as it were?
Some people half joke that Halloween will be on pace to overtake Christmas at some point, just because it
should, because it's way more fun. I mean, let's be real.
I'm like a year-round thing.
Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween's huge. Yeah, every year it gets bigger. So there's an element of this, Tucker, where once
so funny. I remember my mom saying that exact same thing. Pretty soon, it's this demonic world that we live in, and pretty soon, Halloween's going to outshine Christmas. That's right. This Satan, the devil, will outshine Jesus's birth. I know. I'm disappointed about it too.
I hate to admit in public how out of it I am, but I had no idea. This is the first time.
Yeah, no, goth is huge. I mean, even singers like Billie Eilish and stuff, goth is huge
because it leads to.
He's not goth. Like, what the fuck? What is happening? Like, he's just, and you can see Tucker is like, I don't know if you're right about this. But then he's just like, I had no idea that you were right about this. I just don't see it. Like,
the happiness.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Idea. This is the first time.
Yeah, no, goth is huge. I mean, even singers like Billie Eilish and stuff, goth is huge
because it leads to happiness.
Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, happiness. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a huge.
What does goth lead to That is the weirdest question. Like, is there any genre that leads to happiness? I mean, I think he's trying to say like, oh, they're depressed and it's all dark and they paint their fingernails and they wear eye makeup. They're just very depressed. And he's like, so it's funny because it leads to happiness. But that's what a weird thing to say about a genre, or not even is it even a genre? No, it's just a style. It's like, that's like saying, does equestrian lead to happiness? Right? Is that why? Like, does it? I don't know. The cowboy boots are pretty cool, you know?
Thing. So it's one of those things that once you alert someone to how popular something is, it's like learning a new word where you're like, I've never heard this word in my life. And the next week all you hear is obstreperous. You're like, wow, you're like, that guy's obstreperous. Like, there it is again.
Obstreperous, yeah. Well, that's a function of the brain where your brain, it's like a focus bias, right? Because your brain, if it doesn't focus on it, it won't even notice that it's there. But once you do focus on it, you're going to hear it a lot more. Anyway, Drusilla, what's going on? Drusilla said, how is Billie Eilish goth? I don't know. Is that what the I'm starting to be like, define goth, because I don't think I'm starting to be like, he had it right with Wednesday. She's goth, right? Kind of like a cartoonish version of being goth, but that's sort of the point, right? But Billie Eilish, does she even have like black hair and stuff and clothes? Anyway.
So this stuff is huge, but yeah, the reason I, as opposed to a lot of other people, was able to really notice it is, again, I was working on this show. I know the history of rock. I know a lot of, fair amount.
Oh, damn, I didn't even think about it. Drusilla said, I've been half an hour unnoticed. I didn't even see it. I'm sorry. I thought you missed it. I thought you were really, really late. I'm sorry.
About politics, I know some of the tech stuff, a little bit of art history and literature. So when people were talking, when Nick Land or whoever's talking about, I learned Kabbalah from Kenneth Grant and Aleister Crowley and stuff. That I'm like, Kenneth Grant.
Is it Crowley or Crowley? Because they've pronounced it two different ways now.
He's the guy that got Bauhaus and a lot of the goth guys into witchcraft and industrial music. What is Nick Land, this academic who is incredibly influential on AI? What is he doing being into this?
What is he doing being into that industrial stuff, man? I think there's a conspiracy. There's got to be, right? What else could possibly be the explanation for this guy being into industrial? Isn't like industrial like what's it called? Techno. Isn't like techno industrial music? It's like house beats and stuff, or they call it, or jungle beats they call it, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's a whole thing. But all right, Jill. Thanks for hanging out. This is a lot of fun. And if you want to play with things hanging out, go to adamandeve.com and you go over Bruntley. Hopefully by tomorrow, this fucking updates will be done and I won't be lagging behind because this is driving me crazy. Hopefully it wasn't driving you crazy, but it seems like it might have been because not a whole lot of people showed up. But if you want to hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. It's an easy, free, costs you nothing way to support the show. You can also subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you can just do that and you get alerted, or you're supposed to. Anyway, I don't know. I get mixed responses on that, but you can get alerted to our live streams when we go live, and all my new videos. And I do have another video coming out. Well, it's a clip from a different video, or from one of my live streams, but I'm going to start trying to do more of those. That way people don't have to watch the whole live stream to be able to watch some of the best parts, Anyway. Yeah, hit the like button, please. And buy stuff for your butt at adamandeve.com or for your other holes, But if you want to support the show, you can support us by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com, or you can do a bunch of other shit, right? You can become a patron at patreon.com/punkapostate. You can do a one-time payment on Cash App if you want. Our cash tag is punkapostate. You can become a member by hitting that join button, and you get some really good bang for your buck if you get that. But you can also email me at punkapostate@gmail.com. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything I got wrong. Any kind of community building stuff too, please reach out. I've been trying to get back out there and get involved in the community again. Hopefully going to do some more with like the ACA and stuff like that. But anyway, hit me up. Let me know what's going on. Also, let me know if you have any deconstruction stories or anything like that. Love hearing that sort of thing. Also, join our Discord. If you don't want to just email me direct, just me, you can join the Discord. There's a little community there of people to hang out with, stuff. We, goof off a lot. I also take suggestions on Discord, and I also put up like when I'm going live, because I know it's random, right? It depends. Depends what's going on. So so I will put up there, even though I'm saying this, but I forgot today. But typically I will say when I'm going live on Discord. That way you get a heads up. But I totally forgot today. Maybe that's fine. Nobody should have. Anyway, but yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And the main thing is to go. Stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we will see you next time.